Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Brad and we are back in the shop and we're working on the San Diego Jeep Club project build. I got Matt here with me. Brother, thanks for coming out here today.
No problem, sir.
We're installing an sPOD into the Jeep, and the reason we're installing this sPOD is so we can start adding all kinds of accessories to the project build, add all kinds of lights and some goodies that go along with it. For me personally, this was one of the first things that I installed when I built my Jeep. Matt, have you ever used an sPOD? You got one in your rig?
I do not. I drive a Grand Cherokee. And I hate wiring, so I stay away from this stuff.
You know what?
Professionals do it.
I hate wiring too.
Yeah, it's horrible.
This thing makes life really easy.
Good, we can use that.
Yeah, this is the 8-circuit SE sPOD, and it's for the 2009 to 2017 JK, and it comes with mounts and everything, but they also make one, good to know for you, they also make universal mounts, so you might be able to hook one up in your Cherokee, man. It'd be really nice.
Next video.
I love it, right? Yeah, next video. So let's talk a little bit of specifics here about what this system is. It's actually been updated since I bought mine almost 2 years ago, which is really nice. All right, dude, so let's talk. So this thing is got 8 rocker switches.
Cool.
And what's really neat about these is they light up when they're not in use, so you can see them. Now mine, I only have a single LED, so at night I'm doing the braille thing.
You gotta guess.
Yeah, but this one has got a little pilot light on there. You can turn them on, and that way you can see what they are.
Nice.
And they're rated at 30 amps, which is pretty cool. And this system, it's got these, I don't know, what is that? That's like a network Ethernet cable or something. But you can parallel these. So even though we've got 8 switches, if you wanted to have like 8 switches in the front of your rig for all your lights and all that kind of stuff, and then if you were like an overland rig, which you know we're building here, and you want to do a fridge and all that kind of stuff, you can actually parallel another one of these in the rear and have a separate set of switches on the back.
That's really useful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's a great little system. They've really done some cool stuff to it. And the main unit here, the old ones used to have fuses. So if you blew a fuse, there was individual fuses, but now it's all intuitive. Apparently it's from 1.5 amps to 30 amps. It'll automatically switch off without it, so you don't need to swap out fuses, no more blown fuses, which is...
So there's no overloading the fuses or...
No, it just shuts right off, which is really cool. And this thing is so easy to set up. Now this just gets mounted over the rearview mirror, and then this gets mounted in the engine bay.
Okay.
And there's just 2 wires. One positive, one negative to the battery, and then you can start plugging in all your accessories. So
see, that's my kind of wiring.
I'm telling you, I love it, man. So
3 cords and you're done?
Yep, that's it. So this should be very simple, very easy to install. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So Matt, we already moved the Freedom panels, which is going to make access to the plastic header cover on the windshield a lot easier and getting some of the other components off. So where do we start now with the uninstall of the components?
We removed the visor and all the plastic trim in the front.
Awesome. Okay, let's do it.
Do you have a screwdriver for this? Like a...
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. Let's not break the window.
Thanks, Brad. Expert tip, don't break window.
There we go.
All right, done.
One down, one to go. What's next on the list there, John?
So we're going to remove the existing plastic windshield header cover. So this is going to be over the windshield, and then we'll pull it out of the way. So there's going to be retainer clips that are going to be behind that. So you're really just going to kind of pull forward towards you.
Because there's this part.
Yep.
And then there's this part here.
Yep.
Okay.
So you should just be able to pull that down. There's metal retainer clips that are behind there, so once they pop out, you should be able to pull them. Okay. Easy.
So you want me to pull this whole thing off? This side one?
No, the top.
Oh, just the middle one?
Yep.
Here?
Yep.
You got that little microphone in there too, don't you?
The Bluetooth one?
Bluetooth, yeah.
So if
I don't want to take, we don't have to take this whole thing off, I don't think.
It's easier if we do it because we're able to run it right down here. So we take this off. So we disconnect that and then pull that right out. Now we're going to take off this component right here.
Okay.
It's called a footman's loop.
I need a reasoning on why it's called a footman's loop.
We'll have to Google it.
Yeah, definitely.
What size wrench is that?
T25.
T25.
All right, so we're putting the footman's loop back on, along with the bracket for the switches.
Now we're going to put this plastic shroud back on top of the windshield frame, and we're going to see the area that we need to trim. So we need to cut so these bars clear this plastic trim. So it looks like maybe, what, about a ½ inch or so on either side. So we're going to trim that out and down and kind of square this off. That'll allow this plastic trim to fit flush now back against the windshield.
Alright, so we're going to reattach this, but we're going to leave a little slack to run the wires behind for the sPOD.
Alright, so we got the top part of the windshield, the mount in place. This is the wire coming out from the sPOD. We're just going to run it down the A-pillar here, down underneath here, and underneath the dash is going to be the hole for the firewall. We're just going to punch through the firewall, which will get us into the engine bay.
So instead of having 20 wires coming through, you know, doing lights and air compressors and all that.
You got one nice wire.
You got one wire, and then everything stays in your engine bay nice and clean.
Yep. So for the record, it's only been almost 30 minutes, and we're already halfway done, which is good because usually wiring takes hours. At least it does on my old vehicle. Alright, we were going to remove these two bolts with a 10mm socket.
Well, it doesn't get much simpler than that, does it?
That's clean.
That is probably the easiest installation we will ever do on this Jeep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the wires that come from the sPOD, the source. We're going to run it against the back of the Jeep here on the firewall over to the battery over there.
Now we're going to disconnect the battery terminals and attach the positive and the negative wires.
And I really like that they added those like little rubber gaskets around the wires.
Oh yeah, it's going to keep all that dirt and dust out.
I like that. That's nice. My version didn't have that.
So we're just going to take this and we're going to connect this up the box. Pull out the extra slack so we can put the lid back on.
And then so when you're running your accessories, they just run up underneath here and they just plug into these terminals along there, right?
Exactly, yeah. All the positive and negative wires for all the accessory lights, components, and everything else will run through here, connect the terminals.
Like it.
So in order to initiate the sPOD system, we're going to need to turn the Jeep on to activate it, and then we'll turn it back off again.
And we got lights. Yeah, well, they got like 4 or 5 colors, something.
Red and blue.
There you go. There's your pilot light. So at night you just turn that on. That way you can see your lights.
All right, so now we're going to test the light switches, make sure they work. So Matt, go ahead and hit that rocker switch 1. There we go.
So gents, that was under an hour. That was a great, easy install. Matt, what'd you think, man?
Very easy, very simple, and I will probably do this to my Jeep at some point in time.
Yeah, it's a great system. You know, I installed one of these early on, and it just keeps things clean. You don't have to run a bunch of wires everywhere. Yep. It's really nice. Big shout out to sPOD for hooking us up with this. Big deal for the build. John, what do you think, man? You ready to hook some stuff up to it?
Absolutely. We got a brand new sPOD in here right now, and then we got 8 empty bays. So we're going to have to fill those up quick.
Yeah, guys, there's going to be a lot more videos coming with stuff that we're going to be filling it up for. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see what we got going on. And John, if the folks want to find more information about the build, where can they go? Yeah, so all the details for the project build we're going to do are going to be on sdjc.rocks. We're going to have the TrailRecon's video on there. We're going to have all the pictures that we did for the install. All the tools and components we use for the build, all going to be on that site. Yep, awesome. Well, hey, thanks guys for watching. Till next time, we'll see you out on the trail.